Yeah, we are live. I know you don't
Nice.
want me to say that anymore. Want to welcome everybody to the PDR Workshop live show, episode 70, where we're going to talk about tips and tricks to maintain your tools. Joining us, as always, the one and only Dave O.
What's up, guys?
So, Dave, um, before we get started, do you want to thank our sponsors?
Mobile Tech RX, Dentcraft Tools, and Blehm Tool Company. We want to thank them for sponsoring the show, allowing us to actually put this on for you guys. So if you guys can go ahead and support them, it helps support us. So thank to them and thank you to you guys for shopping there.
Perfect. Now, we weren't going to do this topic, but Edgy came out with a nice kit. It's probably going to be mentioned a few times in the show.
Yeah.
But what is the importance for you to keep like maintaining your tools?
I'm probably not the best person
You're not
to talk
what?
about that with, but we decided to do this topic because it is something that you should do. When you get a brand new shiny tool, maintaining it is something that, as a good tech, you want to, keep up on. Yeah, it's not something you do daily or weekly or
Yeah,
anything like
probably
that.
like
But
the winter time. I guess you would go
yeah,
through it.
I think that would probably be the best time. But me personally, I'm very aggressive with my tools. If you have guys seen me work in some of the videos, or if you have worked around me before, I'm very aggressive with my tools. I can't say I am the best at maintenance with them. But some of the stuff and tips and stuff we're going to help with maintaining the actual tools. So
Yeah,
there's a couple things out there that allow you to do this, and I actually need to
I think we
start doing it.
both. Yeah, I think we both need to start being comfortable with or in our a daily routine to kind of just like wipe down the tools. At least for me, put them in its proper place. They always get thrown in the box for me, and my truck bed is not as I should say it doesn't.
Organized or
Well, it's definitely not organized, but it doesn't kind of water does get to my tools from time to time, and it just I have to like wipe the rust off of them,
yeah.
and it's becoming annoying to do that. So I've been starting to polish. I got this tip actually from Brian from Dent Zone in New Jersey, and he told me to polish all the tools. It actually makes it push a little different, but it also maintains it doesn't rust as easy as it would if it wasn't polished. So that's a little quick tip. I completely remove I guess the coating that like Dentcraft has with all their tools.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
only
well,
for
like
the one.
especially when you get the brand new ones. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And after about like a year, that whole coating is gone. I feel like it's
Yeah,
like
no, it definitely is.
yeah.
The biggest thing for maintaining tools, because I'm very aggressive and I'm really, really rough with my tools. So I'll grab one, and if it's not working, I'll actually throw it and it'll hit the ground, right? And it's something that we probably shouldn't be doing. You should be putting it
Right.
back in its proper place. So sometimes there's little nicks and scratches actually on the tool itself. And so, like you mentioned, Edgy does have a kit out that allows to actually get a lot of those nicks and scratches off of the tool
Yeah.
and make it smooth again. So we'll actually be showing that in a little bit. But
Yeah.
um,
So let's talk a little bit about the tool we have in my hand right now. This is the new. We got the short version because we feel like we're gonna kill
the two
ourselves
are
with
right here. Yeah.
the longer versions are back here, guys. But this is the new Dent Reaper. I guess the rods that he's starting to sell. It's very unique. I haven't used it, but I do admire the polish look now because his the regular Dent Reapers are not polished. So I really like that tool manufacturers are going with this polished look. It is shaved almost all the way up to the handle. I'll show you guys a little close up here. Oh, that camera angle is not working. But it is shaved all the way to it can focus on me. Anyway, it is shaved all the way to the edge, about right here. And this unique contour think you were possibly go slide down into the door and kind
Yeah, I think that if you are sliding down into a door, here's the top of the door. This is actually really nice where you can kind of, if there's a brace, you may be able to sneak under that brace there and actually still
yeah, get
have
it up.
great
Yeah.
leverage and get under it without having to actually use a hook tool or something like that.
Yeah, I can't
Um,
wait to use them. I literally just came out of the box.
and then it reminds me also of just kind of like a Dentcraft double bend almost. So
Yeah.
you can just use it kind of straight on, which is actually a really, really nice feature.
Yeah.
That it's almost multi-use there. I don't use a lot of non-ratcheting handled tools in the door.
Okay.
A lot of the tools, actually most of the tools, if not all the tools that I use for a door, it'd be kind of interesting to see how this it is shaved on the sides, which I
Yeah.
really enjoy because that does help for getting stuff into a door, or at least the top of the door with the spacing. Um, I'm actually really excited to try one of
Yeah.
these.
I can't wait. I mean,
Really, really excited.
with the new aluminum, I think one of when I was at a Caliber Collision, and one of the guys was telling me that, man, almost every car is going aluminum. It's gonna have some part of aluminum on some panels. It's gonna be
Nissan Rogue
aluminum.
today, a
So
hail car,
yeah,
all
aluminum.
aluminum hood.
So
Yeah,
this little point, this little like pick type tool is gonna be great. And I think his old ones, he actually, well, the Dent Reaper itself is actually a little sharper. I think this is kind of more rounded off, which is good because I feel like I'm gonna kill myself or stab myself every time I pull out his tool. I gotta watch myself. So yeah, so anybody interested, this is how the new Dent Reaper tool looks. I'll be probably doing somewhat of a review. I have a lot of tools that just came in and that are coming in that I'm probably going to do some reviews. I really want to jump on, John Hiley's handle because made it with the Dent Reaper. I think it's the perfect combination. So I'm gonna probably do like a dual review. I mean, a dual review on their tools that they sell, and then probably this Reaper, and then I got some tools coming from Blehm and all kinds of stuff. Some
a lot of new stuff on the way.
yeah, man, I'm enjoying those like dead centers. Like I don't do a lot of glue pulling on the small dead center stuff.
Yeah,
So now that we're doing more and more hell, like those dead center tabs are just
killing it.
money,
Yeah,
man. And so
I don't have any still, so
what?
if you could share some, that'd be great.
All right, I gotta find out. Well, I'll order some tonight because I'm not
No,
giving
we
you
can
up
put an
mine.
order in for them. That'd be nice. Yeah, no, I'm still rocking just Black Plague green, Black Plague. They're green tabs. Love
Oh
them.
yeah,
Been using them for years.
yeah.
Solid tabs. Those are pretty much my go-to for hail.
Yeah, the tab that I think doesn't get a lot of recognition is the root beer tabs.
Yeah, you turned me out to those.
Man, I think those things
The
pull
little
so
oval ones
yeah.
and the circle ones.
I think those things pull hard,
Yeah.
man. And then I think that the second best is the Kiko dead center, and then the I don't know actually I man you have to have those root beers from Anson, and then you can go get the gangreens from Black Plague. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. You gotta have those dead centers. You'll see. You'll
Yeah.
see.
I mean, I think I used them once since being here, but um, and I think I used it and it for how small the dent was, like it wasn't working well.
Okay.
So I just haven't had the right application for them,
Yeah.
pretty much.
But we're gonna be working on a hell car. Well, two hell cars tomorrow together. So I keep losing them. So I'm down to like three more. And they're expensive. They're not cheap tabs. All right. So I think we got a super chat from
Yeah. So Sid Burgess was saying he has a garage shop.
Nice.
He works on his own vehicles and he wants to learn how to do his own paintless dent removal. What's the first tool to grab to start learning? He's got some bodies and can put dents into practice. So my response was just get a practice hood if you don't want to work on your own cars right away,
Yeah.
and a limit dent light. And then the first tool that I actually learned with on a hood was a circus rod from PDR Furnace.
And I do
So
not know what that is.
it's a single bend,
Okay.
but it has the same tip actually as these.
These
So
little sharp
yeah,
ones.
so it's a super sharp tip,
Wow.
but just a single bend from PDR Finesse, the
So
whole
it kind of looks
circus
like
set.
this.
Correct. Yeah. And so it's just a single bender, but it has this same tip. So if you were to just imagine that there was no curve here and it was just straight and had this, that's what I was using for the first tool ever that I put in my hand to train with
I mean,
on
you'll
a
be able to
small
see the
dent in the
tip of
hood.
your tool with
Yeah.
this one.
And so it was just really fine tuning my skill with this tip. It was really, really
Wow.
nice. So you just
Yeah.
test pushing all the way into the actual center of the dent, make that push, and you can see you're going to see that
Yeah.
push that you
Yeah.
make, and actually just pushing just micro pushes all the way around, circular pattern, bring that up nice and clean. But that's
Nice.
what I was using. No soft tip, no ball tip,
But yeah.
not a blade tip. I mean, it was a sharp,
Right.
sharp knife tip, like a, I don't have to call this a knife tip, but a sharp tip like this.
Yeah, we just use the double bend with the R14, R4 tip. R4, right? Yeah.
Yep,
With the yeah. So
the
we use
ball.
the R4. Yeah, we use the R4. No red cap on it,
Right.
but just a double. Kind of training with the sliding motion to kind of
Trying
get
to get
into
it. Yeah.
the dent. Then that R4 tip is a little bit better than dragging this thing across
Yeah.
the
You could
bottom of
tear
the.
some stuff up.
Yeah, for real. So we know this is going to be a pretty much a quick show. So if you guys have any questions, it can be outside of this topic. But this show will probably be a lot of Q&As if you guys have any questions. So we'll
Yep.
get started on, to me, the benefits and while I wanted to do this show is I feel like there's no prejudging. I think customers do a little bit of profiling. You are working on their $100,000, $200,000 cars. And I look young, or at least I used to look young. So when like, dude, like, do you know how much this costs a month? This is probably your salary.
Yeah.
The monthly payment is probably what you get paid in a month. So when everything is organized, the tools look good. They just look like they cost a lot of money. I.e., this tool right here, it
Brand new,
just
nice and
yeah,
shiny.
and you can maintain this. I feel like with
Mm-hmm.
this products that we're about to show you guys, but this looks good. I mean, if
Uh-huh. So, actually, Gray Duck Dent Repair, who is,
the owner of Dent Reaper.
yeah. So he said, actually, with the rounded side, you drag.
Ooh,
It's actually a great, like,
yeah,
now that I think about it, like, that's actually genius.
especially for like a crease.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Great job on that. Honestly, great
yeah,
job.
yeah. I love it that it's polished. So if I could make a request, all the Dent Reapers polished.
I definitely I want to use that tomorrow, so I will
Yeah, we
be
got the
able
set.
to. I think we'll actually probably do a little recording on one, just real quick, probably on Instagram. So our
Yeah,
Instagrams are actually in the description here below. So if you guys want to go ahead and follow us on that, we'll probably be. I know I'm going to get probably the longer one in my hand, and really put that to use because it's an interesting look, and I love sharp tip tools.
yeah. I mean, you turned me on to some of the PDR finesses, so yeah, there it is. But anyway, yeah, I think the customers that we deal with, they're kind of profiling and they're already kind of cautious with the PDR method by itself. I was just on Reddit, so and guys were
Yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah.
about PDR, saw that topic. But people are just afraid of anybody touching their car. I mean, from the window tinting guy, from the PDR guy, mechanic, stuff like that.
But they'll
So
drop it off at the body shop. No big deal. Here's the keys, and
man,
it'll
they
come
will,
out
right?
two
Or it's from the
tone. It'll
dealership.
come out two tone
Yeah,
and
man.
everything. But
And it's crazy because it's like an outside source, like probably like their insurance company say, "Oh yeah, this is a preferred body shop.
yeah,
This is one of our whatever body shops. So come here." And then it's just blue, blue. Here's the key. Yeah, yeah. Call me when it's done. So whatever. But yeah, customers are more cautious, and so having everything set up, not just the tools looking good, but having your tool set up in the car looking, uh, you know, good and very organized.
yeah. And we've had
I'm at
some,
fault at this, so I'm kind of like playing
and we've had some
hypocrite
requests
here.
for videos on how
Yeah,
at least I think my transit or our transits are set up here. I know
yeah,
you still run out of you've been flipping back and
yeah,
forth, and it's been kind of difficult. So, but we do have a couple transits in the fleet, and they are set up a little similar, but then also different in their own ways because each tech prefers something different. So,
Yeah.
pulling up in the vehicle, which we've had episodes on before on how to like maintain that and look presentable with that. And then the next thing is you're greeting your customers. Appearance. How's that going to look when you step out of the vehicle?
Yeah.
Well, then when you grab those tools,
Yeah.
how do those look? How do these metal rods, how are they going to appear to a customer as you slide this down their Bentley
Window,
GT
yeah.
Continental door panel, and it's all
They gonna feel some
scuffed
type of
up
way.
and the handles all,
And you
the
got a little
rubber's
rusty
missing.
tool in
Yeah,
your
the
hand.
rubber's missing and stuff like that. And they're just like, oh,
He doesn't
okay,
even keep up on his tools.
this is what you
Yeah.
use.
So I think you guys get the idea. It is super important, especially when we're dealing with high end customers. Yeah, wholesale, maybe a lot of wholesale accounts. Organization is probably more key, and will expedite repairs and allow you to be more efficient. But for that retail, man, they're looking at everything.
Everything.
They're looking at from the point of them scheduling the appointment. I mean, you
Yeah.
just gotta be on point. So even after, how you set up, I always send like friendly text messages. Hey, hope everything went well. Hope you still, you like the repair, you like the
Yeah.
job that we did. Hope met your expectations and stuff like that. And a lot of times you get that text back. Great work, whatever. So the items that we used, we have them at the shop, and we didn't bring them, but we're gonna show you kind of like a screen share here of these items. Let me pull them up here for you guys.
Yeah, and so this is definitely a kit that you can buy that we're about to show, um, and it's a full kit allowing you to maintain these rods in a just a nice clean fashion. I think actually there's a tutorial video. I don't know if it's on Facebook, but I know from video on how to properly.
Oh, he does?
He does.
Nice, nice.
And I remember, I think it was actually right after Mobile Tech Expo this last year, he went live and
He
kind of
did
just
too.
explained what the whole kit was about and how, it would work and stuff like that. And so here, obviously, you see the 3 different grades of sanding blocks. And then there's also the protectant and lubricant that goes along with this whole kit. So,
Yeah, this
um,
kit is great actually.
yeah, it's
For
money.
what, yeah.
Like, it works.
So, shout outs to Dave Stream for putting together all these little random little accessories that are just so useful. But yeah, this is kind of a new kit. I think it hit in 2019, or he had it for the MTE show. So yeah, 2019.
Yeah.
So we have a kit. Prior video, I actually left the tool aside for 2 weeks just to get it really rusty.
Okay.
And we're gonna kind of do the coarse, medium, fine, and restore the tool back to its original luster, and see how long it takes us in the process and all that good stuff.
Cool.
So in preparation of this, we didn't bring this stuff, but we wanted to show you guys this setup from Edgy Tools. Let me, here's over the hibernation.
Yeah.
Yeah, is there any questions in the chat, Dave? Before we,
Uh,
or if anybody has any tips on how they keep their tools. So I say polish the tool. So get a little polish from Harbor Freight.
yeah.
And then if you don't want to go that route, I would say the Edgy Tools, right? Or both.
Yeah. So Grey Duck recommended, he's saying that you can use what's it called?
Scotch Brite Pad.
Yeah, I think it was like a Scotch, yeah, like
Okay.
a Scotch Brite and Neverdall.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah. And then someone says Scotch Brite and gun oil.
Ah, yeah. I think there was a gun oil called Militech. It was like guaranteed not to rust for like 10 years or something like that.
Yeah.
It was it was a Maryland based company, but we used to use it in all the barrels when
And
you're
then
cleaning guns.
Slideshow Bob was asking how can he get tools in the UK? So my recommendation was TDN.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's probably going to be the best route. And TDN, if they don't offer it, I think directly in their store online, they do work with a lot of the US companies very, very closely to get those over here.
Yeah, I think TDN is the most ideal UK.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so as
they
well.
have
So
everything from the US over
yeah,
there. I think they're the largest like distributor of a US tool. So
yeah, and they work really, really close. The guys are great over at TDN. I've
yeah.
met a couple of them before at Mobile Tech Expo. They're really, really great guys. They do work, like I said, really close with the US companies here. So that would probably be your best option if you're in the UK or anywhere in the, I think, just Europe in general.
Yeah, for sure. Any other questions?
So far, that's all we have.
That's it. Well, guys, we're gonna wait for some questions to roll in, at least for the next 5 or 10 minutes. But I want to let you guys know that we are on all the podcast platforms. That is Google Play, I believe they call it, and then there's Spotify, and then we're obviously on the Apple Podcast and then Stitcher, guys. So if you enjoy my voice and Dave's voice over your car audio or anything like that, just head over to your podcast platform.
And
Actually, can I share a podcast that's really been entertaining?
yeah,
So Dave Johnson got me on podcast,
okay,
and he does a lot of history podcasts. And so, but the entrepreneur podcast is Entrepreneurs on Fire is the name of this podcast. The guy is he gets in very detailed. People are very open with it could be their finances, how they're loaning money, how they, they uh bid it on jobs, all kinds of different stuff, marketing strategy. So that podcast should be entertaining if anybody is diving deep in this entrepreneur and kind of want to take their business to the next level. And watch two and most of the time he has a guest, so two intelligent people actually, talk about startups, all kind of stuff. So it's Entrepreneurs on Fire is that podcast. So little tip there, guys. And I've been on podcasts like hard, man.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
man.
keep sending me some, and I listen to my hip hop rap music while I'm while I'm working, and that just gets me going.
Yeah, man, I love the podcast. Anything else before we?
Yeah, we got a couple in here.
Nice.
So yeah, slideshow Bob was asking, how would you work on a matte finish?
So I've used tape, packing tape. That's probably the most ideal thing to do.
That's same here.
Yeah. So it's just keep some
Clear,
packing tape,
yeah,
clear packing
clear
tape in the
packing
car.
tape. You can put that over, and that will actually give you a shine or something for your board to actually reflect off of. Instead of just it won't reflect well off that matte finish. I have actually fixed vehicles without it. It's doable. I have to put the light very, very far back, and it's typically not a super deep dent.
Yeah.
So you can fix matte finishes
Right.
without it. But if it's something deep where you're going to be doing multiple pushes and knocking down and stuff like that, that packing tape is going to one actually maintain that matte finish while
Right.
you're knocking down if you have to, but also allow you to
Yeah.
actually cast
And you have to
some
watch out because
reflection.
obviously there's no wet set and no buff that you
Yeah.
can do to those matte finishes. I know if it was a just body shop painting on that finish. So it's an OEM, you can see a little bit better. But yeah, the packing tape seems to work. And I think people are glue pulling off the packing tape also.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
Yeah.
just packing tape. I see someone was asking about the hammers.
Yeah. I was asking, do you still have them?
Yeah, so I have two left, but I got to get up on the shipment. So probably after this week, they'll probably just be ready to ship out kind of the day or the next day you order. So there wouldn't be any waiting list. I need to change a little bit on the website. All the orders right now are going to Blehm. So if you do order the tools, they're going to be shipped out from Blehm now. It was only the first batch that was going to be shipped out to me. I am not in the business of tools, so I know my limitations. Him is taking over that for me, and all the orders will just be shipped out from him. So if you are ordering the hammer and probably need something from Blehm, it'd be best to just give him a call and complete that order. I think he has them on his website too. If not, they'll be up very soon. So you can
Nice.
just order through Blehm. Not that big deal. But yeah, so any other questions we have?
Someone was asking about the new Reapers I made from stainless. Do you think that will revise the old ones? So I think
Uh
Grey Duck is actually here, or owner
yeah,
of Dent Reaper is
that'd be
actually here
hot.
inside. So if he could actually chime in,
I didn't
he
even
would.
think it was from stainless. I mean, that makes sense. That's why you get that shine. But yeah, John may respond to that. I prefer the stainless. So, but the
Yeah.
Reapers that John sent us is very strong. Those things are like deadly strong, man.
Yeah. I believe
Yeah,
so.
yeah. So stainless or not, that thing, I think it comes down to just kind of not necessarily just the look of the tool. So I don't know who makes the tool for them. I think it's A1, but they have been getting really, really classy with their stuff. This is normally you can see the tooling, to be honest, and you just can't see it. So they have some type of jig or something. I mean, they're just perfecting their craft over there at I guess A1. And this is just spot on, man. I don't want to say it, but it kind of looks like I don't know. I'm not gonna say it. Out of respect, because I know he hand makes these bad boy his tools. So
Nice.
sorry. Anything else before we head out of here, guys? I know this is gonna be a short podcast, live show. We just want to give you this insight.
Yeah, clean your tool. Wrap it too.
Yeah, I think on the show, I think on the video, I'm gonna show like some of my 10, 15-year tools that I've had. I got some of the old ultras, whatever the metal they use. I really enjoy pushing on those types of tools. Now every manufacturer kind of uses the same metal. I feel as though,
Yeah.
um,
I mean,
outside
and
of
a lot of my
Dentcraft.
tools don't actually have rust on them.
Yeah, I
The
think
biggest thing for me, like that goes is the handles.
yeah,
So that's where, if anything, I think these manufacturers can improve
is the
is the
handles. Yeah,
durability in the handle, just like making that last longer. But they last very long, I think
yeah,
already. So, but that's, I mean, a lot of the tools that have, I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Uh, Rusting on a lot of them.
yeah. I think
Uh,
the more you handle them, the less it'll rust.
yeah, and someone actually said earlier, Dent gear was the best.
Oh
And I
yeah, I have
have
some
a couple of
Dentcraft
their
tools.
tools,
Yeah,
and I mean, they're still
yeah,
shiny. I mean, they're just as shiny as
yeah,
these sitting right here. And I mean, I've beaten them up over the
yeah,
years, and they're still just as great.
yeah.
Uh, I don't know what they were doing over there at Dent Gear, but props to them.
I did. I remember a tool, Dent Magic. It was the pick tool. I think a lot of guys had a little bit of problem, but I still have that pick tool from 15 years ago, and that thing is still shiny. And that was the first like actual sharp tool that I had. So it's the. I don't think they sell it. I don't even know if Dent Magic is even still in business.
I don't know.
You probably never even heard of them,
I
huh?
mean, I've
Have you heard
heard,
of
but
them?
like,
Okay.
yeah, there was like PDQ, Dent Magic,
Yeah, Dent Magic. Yeah,
um,
that's the only one I remember.
Dent Gear is like now, I guess, like kind of in that list too, just like a ancient like company.
Yeah.
It's not around anymore or
So
whatever.
the only
But
one that survived was like A1, Ultra, Dentcraft, of course. That's about
Blehm,
it. Yeah,
Finesse,
Blehm. Finesse, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Finesse wasn't even on our radar. Like I was telling you, I was like, who is it?
yeah,
Or Drew's Tools. I think it was Drew's Tools. I was like, really? I've never heard of Drew's Tools.
yeah,
And come to find out, he's a phenomenal tech. And
great tools.
and he has great tools. So
Yeah,
never knew. There you go. But any other questions, Dave, before we head out of here?
I don't know. I think we're looking good here.
I'm good, guys. Uh, if you have any more questions, leave it in the comment section of this show, and we're gonna try to go back to it on the following show. So that way, we just have a list of comments. At least me personally, I haven't been on the Facebook group as much.
Same
So I think we're just trying to keep everything kind of on one platform now, at least
or
for me.
two instead of
Yeah.
seven.
Yeah. So we were just kind of all over the place with these different platforms. So you guys can use this platform, go into the comment section. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up on your way out. And response Apple, it fixes something with the photo. So you guys are having issues with that, get the new update. We got Dentcraft Tools and Blehm. I'm sorry, Blehm Tools. Sorry, guys. And don't forget to go to our podcast and sign up, whichever platform you are. Just subscribe. We're trying to get that up and running because we have more content on that. So,
Yeah,
oh, there's a mouthful, but you guys can go back and listen. I'll see you guys on the next show. What's the topic for the next show, Dave?
surprise.
Surprise for us too. All right, guys. See you guys on the next show.
See ya.
Peace.